Vitreos Health, Beyond Insights.
So we've got two solution offerings. We've got a what we call Insights as a Service offering, typically targeted for customers who may not have a well-established IT department, and they want us to analyze their data, identify the risk, the risky population, identify the risk factors, suggest the care management program, and push these reports or insights as we call them, push those out to them periodically. Could be once a month, could be once a quarter. But we do all the work, and we actually push the results out to the patient, to the customer who consume the reports, and these are actionable reports, so they immediately can start working on them. So that solution we call Insights as a Service. The other solution we have is a SaaS, that's a software as a service, where we actually load our application and we make our application available to the customer so that their clinical analysts can generate the reports and push them out to whoever is consuming them. So our customers typically are entities that are taking on risk, and within these organizations, our user base is typically the care management group along with the physicians. We are not a point of care application, and by that what I mean is that the reports and the insights that we produce are not actually used to treat a patient at the point of care. Rather, they are used by the care management team to design appropriate care management programs. Because the risk profile of a patient doesn't change on a daily basis, we really don't need to be integrated. We don't need daily updates. So typically we have periodic updates, and the insights and the analytical reports that we provide are available on a periodic basis. So in a typical engagement, we will get a number of different files. We will get an extract out of the EMR systems, we will get claims files, we will get beneficiary files, we will get demographic files. And so one of the big challenges is how do you integrate, how do you stitch all these files together? We have 8-point matching algorithms that we use to map different records for each patient. One of the challenges when you get EMR and claims data is how to take those records and integrate them, because in many cases you've got claims where you don't have an EMR entry and then vice versa. So there are all these different challenges, and over the last 3 years we've actually perfected our technology that can take all these disparate sources and then bring them together. Now once we stitch all these different data files together, we then go through an exercise of data validation. Now, as we all know, EMR data can be dirty. You may have accidentally, somebody may have entered a BMI value of 255 instead of 25.5. If you take that data and we use that data to calculate risk scores, our risk scores are going to be off. So we go through a process of finding out exceptions, and we create these exception reports, and we also have algorithms that can then determine what is the appropriate value to use if the values are out of range. So that is the process of validation. So once we go through these, we then run our algorithms, and then we populate our database, and that's when we can start running our analytical reports. We start off by signing a business associate agreement, which also covers HIPAA and other confidentiality requirements that are often necessary in this particular industry. Once we sign the BAA, it gives us the latitude now to start extracting the data ourselves if our customer doesn't have the wherewithal to do that. We typically extract the data either monthly or quarterly. So we do either monthly or quarterly refreshes. Once we extract the data, the first time around, we usually extract a 3-year history of the data, and we take anywhere from 30 to 45 days to take it through the data staging process and load our application with it. Subsequently, each refresh is done within 3 to 5 days. So typically we collect the data on the first of the month. That is when we get all of the previous month's data, and we take about 3 to 5 days to turn it around and load it into